Yeah, 19. We graduated high school last year. Here we go. And now we're a freshman in college already. So of course I want to thank our great sponsors for also helping make this possible. Our platinum sponsor, of course, Bloomy. We also have a gold sponsor, Aerotech, and eVTOL and Whisk as well, rounding that out. Thank you to their support. Sponsorships mean a lot, especially if we're organizing events like this. We're a 501c3, we're a nonprofit. These events typically are cost neutral, if you can believe it. We don't necessarily make any money, but it's great to be able to offer something like this to the general public. We also want to thank our exhibitors listed there on the right side. It's great to have an opportunity for them to showcase their great work, and so check them out at some point while you're here. So some more thank yous. I want to thank first Mike Hirschberg. So Mike Hirschberg, I met when I was 21 years old, and I was fresh out of college, or I was an intern, excuse me. And can you guess the first thing he had me do as an intern? Read and edit one of his forum papers or something, VFS papers. I mean, the man, it's in his blood. So Mike, 12 years as executive director and 2 years on the staff. His last day is, at least officially, a VFS employee is the end of this month. He's graduating. He's moving on to bigger and not maybe better things than VFS, but there's a big world out there. I think he'll be excited to kind of get out of the 501c3 nonprofit kind of restrictions and spread his wings. So we're really excited for him and that opportunity. And we also, of course, want to thank Ken Schwartz because of the fact that Mike was stepping down. Ken took on the brunt of organizing this event. I'm sure many of you had contacted and emailed him. And it's a lot of work to pull off something like this. I would also want to thank Ken for everything he did to help make this what will be an awesome event. Absolutely an awesome event. All right. So talking about our eVTOL pioneers, and I know there's a lot of smart people in the audience. I'll start with a question. Can you guys guess which STOL takeoff profile this is? Which aircraft? I'll let you think about it. I'm not hearing anything, so I'll throw out Electra Aero. No, I'm just messing with you guys. This is Joby's stock, which is taken off. It's actually up over 100%, I think, in just 3 months. So what does that tell us? eVTOL is truly taking off. And people, even the public, realize this. And I do own some stock in Joby. I own stock in a lot of our members, right? I'm allowed to do that. And we're seeing it. Recent executive order that speaks to eVTOL, for example, directly. And it's a great opportunity for this community. There's money here, there's opportunities. Even with respect to VFS, there's STEM and education opportunities. And we want to capitalize on this. And VFS will capitalize on this and support this community to help with that. And there's been subsequent SecDef memos that emphasize defense applications, and those are things we're also tracking as well. So what are we doing? VFS is hosting a workshop at the University of Maryland in October. We're going to be writing the narrative. We're going to be controlling the narrative. We're going to bring in some of our advocacy folks from Capitol Hill and otherwise. We're going to talk about the executive order. We're going to summarize it. We're going to talk through it. Then we're going to bring some of the subject matter experts, ARL, Navy, our centers of excellence, and we're going to do a portfolio review of what we're calling a basic research technology roadmap for UAS VTOL. We're going to produce that at this workshop. And we're going to be able to present that as a product to the community to help write the narrative specific to basic research in this space. What do we need to work on? What does the government need to invest in? And this will be a great opportunity for basic research investment opportunities. So that's something we're planning in October. Haven't set a date, but we have a room we're trying to find right now. I think we'll cap it at about 100 people for that event. What else are we doing? We're signing an MOU with Service Engineering, who's working in the space. Won some contracts already with Marines and otherwise, specific to STEM and different STEM applications. We have our design build vertical flight competition, and we're including language directly from the executive order in that MOU, that we're responding to that MOU, and we're supporting the pipeline of students and academia and supporting this industry in ways beyond just competing for contracts. It's the pipeline that's just as critical. And so we're excited to be able to sign that MOU soon. Maybe actually work on it after this talk. We have both parties in agreement. I just gotta do the finishing touches. Service is a great partner that we've been pairing up with. And speaking, of course, of the students in the STEM, one of the great things that VFS does is our philanthropy, our scholarship. And if you're feeling generous today, we're on Venmo. There's a couple accounts. You know, it means a lot to us and to our community for donations. We have a few new ones. The Alex M. STOL scholarship just got kicked off and it's fully endowed, $5,000 a year. And that is our newest scholarship. And then Marilyn Pearson just donated $5,000 to start and seed a woven scholarship. It's a woman in vertical flight community as part of VFS. And of course, we have the Vertical Flight Knowledge Initiative now, which supports STEM and student activities. And that was seeded but with a $25,000 donation from the Alex Stoll Memorial Foundation. And we are matching donations up to $250,000, restricted specifically for STEM and student activities. Of course, the Vertical Flight Foundation is just for scholarships for the students. So if you're feeling generous, please donate via Venmo. What else do I have here? I will say this, I'll touch on this, and I wanted to, with Mike departing and, things evolving, at least in the community right now, I just want to reemphasize VFS's core mission as a 501c3, as a nonprofit, and things that we're going to do going forward or do maybe better going forward. Education, training, workforce development is a key pillar of what VFS does. And there's opportunities that we have now that I'll speak to. I think it's in the next chart. Let's see. Yeah, I don't want to. That I'll speak to in that next chart. Advocacy, government engagement is also extremely critical. How we go about that is also very important. And I think it's in VFS's best interest, especially as a 501c3, to support and lead by example. Like I brought up, having a workshop to help lead and help write the narrative instead of maybe oppose certain cuts or actions by the government. And so that's part of what we're going to be doing going forward. But we're still there to support the community, the vertical flight community, and the research and advocacy arms of what we do. And then, of course, membership and community. And it's not that we weren't celebrating our members, but I think we could do a better job of supporting our members and celebrating them, whether that's Vertiflight magazine or otherwise. Our corporate members that they have the skin in the game. People that pay, members, individual members, educational members. So we're going to celebrate them better going forward. Other things that we are doing, we just signed an MOU with SAE International, much larger than VFS, and an excellent opportunity for us to showcase our excellence and a lot of the eVTOL and AAM subject matter expertise, which was retained in VFS in our bubble, that we'll be able to expand and get out there. Whether it's developing training and coursework on the fundamentals of eVTOL and using them as an opportunity, as a large platform. We're also sharing our full library with SAE. It'll be available on Mobilus now, whether that's the journal, even our magazine, our papers, and that'll be a great opportunity to get the word out and help educate the community. So we're really excited about this partnership. We signed that MOU at the Paris Air Show last month, and that is the CEO of SAE there standing with me, and that was awesome. So I think with that, I'll just give you some upcoming events, and I think I'm handing it off to Ken, right? You're next? Yeah. So we're all over the place. You can read through. We have, of course, I'm looking forward to the European Rotorcraft Forum, to be honest, in Venice. And we have some flyers if anyone's interested in that. It's not technically a VFS event, but we have a long-standing partnership with the Europeans there. Their best paper recipient comes to our forum for free, and then vice versa. But VFS has two events in the Asian region as well, in November and December. The Asian Australian Rotorcraft Forum, as well as ICAMS. ICAMS stands for, what is it? The International something or other. It's an AAM event. But those are the upcoming events that we have. And thank you all again for coming, and I look forward to chatting with you at some point in time. And we're going to have a great 2 days. So with that, I'll hand it over to Ken. Thank you, guys.